Hello, welcome to TNC. I'm your host Al, everyone's favorite auto trapper. Today is a special day, for we are talking about where tanks come from, what tanks are made out of, and if you're curious about the deep lore of the Deepverse, stay tuned. There's so many rabbit holes where you can find yourself in while researching this game. However, I'm not gonna sit here for an hour and tell you how, when, and why this delightful game was made. No! We are not boring content creators. So, once upon a time, all the way back in the April of 2016, there was a tank. The first tank to ever spawn in the Atlanta FFA server. I actually don't know what server it was on, so just roll with it. He and his four other companions, Twin, Machine Gun, Sniper, and Flank Guard, experiment with their own.
Whoa.
Why are you here? I told you to stay in the supply closet.
May I participate in this podcast video thing?
No, you ruined Hunter Colossus Week.
Before Dahl gets to all the individual tanks, what are tanks in the first place? All you need to know is that tanks are cuter versions of these bad boys. Tanks are their own beings here, with vents to breathe, engines to run, blood oil, and a CPU.
Are you saying we're not living organisms?
I'm not finished. Tanks are indeed alive. Think, we eat, we bully children.
And eat them. Cannibalism is not anything new to us, but our main diet is shapes. These shapes have different calories for our engines and may have allergies, like triangle deficiency. You know a tank or shape is dead by seeing it disappear. I haven't experienced death yet, so I'm not sure what the afterlife is.
The anatomy of their mouths is quite different. It's based on the tank's diet, like how I have canines to eviscerate my prey, and Dahl is a rhino.
Are you calling me fat?
Depending on the sector, shapes are needed to survive every day. If not tanks, I don't know what happens if you don't eat. I guess you just never grow up to be a big, strong tank.
Don't worry about the sectors for now. That's a thing for later.
To get this off my chest, tanks do not use the restroom.
Remember how I said triangle deficiency was a thing? I lied. Or did I? Have you ever heard of the rust? It means you forget how to tank, much different from lag disease and a type 2 dumbass. You'd think triangles are enemies and would be terrified of them.
Stupid, innit?
Being handicapped means you have the brain cells, but just not physically capable of doing said action, like our director.
Hey!
And lag disease is probably the only illness that can legit kill a tank. Tanks cannot perceive the world around them properly. They can bump into things and react slowly. Sometimes this can be cured if the tank is moved to a different sector or server, but a lot of times it's sadly permanent and can lead to death, or as you call it, disconnection.
Can we get to the fun part now?
Do tanks have nuts?
No, tanks do not have nuts. They have no genitalia because they do not have gender.
Imagine you're in a 1v1 battle with a manager. You shoot a drone and all of a sudden you hear it say ow.
Drones can't speak, Dahl.
My point being, these drones are actually living. The managers can't have little baby tanks. No, that's the factories doing. Yes, male factories can give birth.
Birth is just the wrong word to use here. Why can't we use spawn so we keep our G rating?
Uno, I already swore like twice already.
Ew.
Let's have a quick word from our sponsor.
Кофе Hexagon. Новинка, поразившая весь мир. Почувствуй аромат силы, вдохни его полной грудью и уничтожь своих врагов. Приятный вкус проникает в душу, согревая и способствуя ускорению реакции. Hexagon. Кофе, дающий победу.
Tank proprietor Bloopers has officially teamed up with what? Ever since Bloopers partnered with TNC, all our tanks keep. Oh no! Now the Bloopers and TNC are. If you shot with something called a sniper, slathered with, I want to say there was some kind of drone, and sandwiched between what is now basically tank dust. Bloopers, we have the tank.
Remember when Dahl said there were sectors? No one knows what that even means because he made that term up. What it means are arenas.
Wait, hold on. The green screen was... There we go.
Are we good? Okay. There are around 50 to 60 separate lobbies. These lobbies amounts will change depending on the season. There are Maze, FFA, 2TDM, 4TDM, Survival, Tag, and Sandbox. Rules in Sandbox seem to defy any other mods in logic. Everyone in the studio is in a massive sandbox.
The rent's 1K a day. What the
Rated G show, doll.
Ugh. Anyway, now that we got sectors figured out, let's go back to our 4 little friends. Twin, Machine Gun, Sniper, and Flank.
Level 15 tanks have built-in abilities from the start, while level 30 tanks increase set abilities by adding new ones. Hold that thought for a moment.
If basic tank was the first tank, then why do factories produce basic tanks?
After tanks got to tanking, they evolved almost immediately. The next day, they were able to become level 45. As more tanks flooded the servers, Twins was the first morph. These morphs were Triple Shot, Triplet, and Octo Tank.
Fun fact, Machine Gun 2 and 3 are just Machine Gun. For ignoring body enhancements or upgrading tanks wasn't a thing. Also, when you spawn or born, you are invincible for a short amount of time. This is to give the child awareness and the chance to understand their purpose of existence.
As the year passed, about 50 more tanks appeared looking as unique and different than ever. All these tanks over time have created a persona for themselves. When a tank sees you, they associate your looks with these traits I'm about to present to you. Anything derived from machine gun has precision eyesight, making their aim and special awareness vivid.
Kinda sad when your barrel doesn't allow you to shoot straight in the beginning.
Sniper classes can see far and notice quick movements, which can explain why they sometimes seem jumpy. Their quick reaction time and rapid movements help their predatory instinct. Twins, however, seem clumsy and at times unaware of their surroundings. As they change and increase in level, some of these unfortunate habits will go away. Flank guards are normal. Their skin can either get tougher or weaker as they grow. They retain a minimal vision though.
Intelligence does vary tank to tank. However, science hasn't delved deep into this. It's said that spam tanks are slow and everyone else has an IQ above 200.
That is 100% false.
Explain why the pentashot downstairs couldn't divide 5 into 50 10 times.
Wait, didn't Uno draw a phallic object on his forehead and he walked around with it for 2 weeks without realizing?
Yes.
Hello everyone, what's the schedule for today? What's so funny?
Alright, never mind. They're all stupid.
Wait, stay on track.
What is a bus? Are they just robots the government sent out to decrease our population?
Yes and no. They aren't alive, no, but they aren't a conspiracy. I think they were created by the gods of Diep to make our lives spicy. The Fallen is another story, however. They are the only bosses that attack shapes, something a player would do naturally.
Zombies!
Yeah, they have to be dead players who have been lost and run on pure instinct. Fallen Booster is the only boss that literally chases its victims, and Fallen Overlord just destroys everything in its path, just like how a normal Overlord would.
Fun fact, Fallen Booster has a field of view of an assassin.
What?
Polygons are alive too. They can't speak or emote that much since they don't have that much brain power behind them.
Fun fact, tanks without barrels cannot speak, so anything in Smasher classes can't speak. However, Auto Smasher does actually have a barrel, so they can speak.
Pentagon Nest is a fascinating place where a group of Pentagons protect their queen, known as the Alphagon.
Alpha Pentagon and the Crashers protected, not the little gons. They're like base drones, but weaker. They both protect their territory to protect, and more important protection of protect. They are shit!
We should talk about more tank personalities.
You do not understand that we're supposed to have this show in under 10 minutes, right? Viewers can just go watch Corrupt X's video.
That is outdated, biased, and filled with propaganda.
And you're saying our list isn't? So we redid the entire list.
I'm only going to talk about level 45 tanks because doing all of the tanks is torture. You already had the 4 core tanks explained to you, so you can infer what their level 30 selves. Unlike that stingy Necromancer's list, this list is based on not just the negatives, but the positives of the tank's personality, and is in alphabetical order, so here I go! Annihilator, salty tanks that find fun and intimidating others with their size. They tend to achieve highly amongst peers, making their drive to success powerful. Quite vengeful tanks as well, having anger issues yet want to seem cool while annihilating competition. Auto 5, lazy tanks that do have an ego, even though it's small. Auto Gunner, self-conscious tanks that fear being judged by others. They, however, know around themselves and are strong physically, just not mentally. Auto Smasher, built like a modern Disney villain. Most of the time, these tanks act like alcoholics, feeling like they can do it all, but look quite quirky while doing so. Sadly, a lot of tanks have prejudice towards this tank. Auto Trapper.
We gentle tanks love working with others, but it's usually for personal gain and not for the team. Sometimes a bit lazy, but we can use our manipulative talents to get the job done.
Battleship.
Lucky Charm Tank. A successful battleship is always a lucky one. They are proud and express very small, shy, but loyal personalities.
Booster. Social-loving, childless, playful, and annoying tanks. Factory. Skilled tanks that multitask and overthink.
Fun fact, Master was the original name of Factory and looked like an overseer with 3 spawners and couldn't control their babies.
Fighter. Talented tanks that scare. They are resourceful, have a morbid sense of humor, and usually have bigger egos than Annihilator. Glider. Data not found. Bear Trapper. A flashy tank that is skilled at their craft. Think of someone walking down the sidewalk but with a stylish prance or trout. They are honestly the most normal tank on this list. Hybrid. Bragging tanks that tend to hate being in large groups, liking to be alone to take credits. Landmine. Silent tanks with a giant personality. They are mysterious and have the greatest amount of patience. Manager. Can you believe they gave their drones more personality than them? Why? Because managers are blander than a Caucasian's Thanksgiving feast. However, they like to troll with their abilities. Mega Trapper. Speaking of trolls, these tanks love to troll and joke around, whether it's playing dead or constantly being sarcastic. They are patient and dedicated to their craft. Necromancer.
We think we were the best thing since sliced bread. Nah, not at all. We're chill as long as you are.
Fun fact, their drones are deceased squares, hence the name of their tank, Necromancer.
Zombies!
Some tend to look down on other tanks like they're bugs.
That's complete bullshit because necromancers are self-loving, egotistical nightmares to deal with, especially in team situations.
What? That doesn't sound right.
Who wrote this script again?
Hi.
Octotank, passive tanks that enjoy sightseeing and vibing. Because they are nearsighted, fast-moving objects like small rammers or quick bullets give them trouble. Because of this, they are more defensive than offensive. Overtrapper, they try their hardest to strive to be the best. Their determination is strong, but they sadly lack the ability to do, well, anything. They don't mind being insulted for looks or skill, they are just vibing. Overlord, it's blank. What? Who is this?
This is my friend, Yuda.
Why is he looking at me like a snack though?
He wants to know your personal opinion about Overlords.
Like, my personal opinion on them?
Yes.
Oh boy, okay, these lovely tanks have made a name for themselves as the most fearsome, infamous tank out there. Anything said to these tanks is taken personally, and they are pretty strong. So strong that they take cuts and burns like a marshmallow getting thrown at them. They are determined to get what they want, when they want it, at any means possible. Everything has to be perfect, and most likely has the biggest ego out of all of these tanks combined. However, they can be sensitive and emotional at times. Am I done?
Yes.
Whoa!
Okay, Overlord friend. Would you like to host this section then?
Sure. Cut the shot? F you.
Okay, no. Panther shots are clumsy but lethal tanks. They're tough and hard-headed, making nothing can get through them. No matter how hard they are poked mentally and physically, some tanks praise them and others despise them. Like our Overlord friend here.
Damn right.
Even though they exist for the good of all tanks, many think they want to rule the universe.
Predators are tanks that seem like they want to be the only tanks in existence. They don't like company only if it benefits them, and they hate kids for some unknown reason. They like to exaggerate a lot and are sassy at times, but through bias, they can appreciate other talents. Fun fact, they got their name from children fearing them.
I'll take it from here. Ranger. Tanks that enjoy being with others, especially defensive tanks like pentashots and trappers. Alone, they're wimpy. They need other tanks for attention and warmth, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Rocketeer, another newbie tank that just landed in this universe. The entire year of 2019, they were the popular kids. They can be confusing and hard to predict, and through their luck, they can achieve big goals. Skimmer, honestly, pretty jealous tanks that wish to be more. They want to be strong like their brother Rocketeer, but just can't. Sprayer.
We feel mighty and tough having pretty strong bullets. We can't see well, however. Just being a hyperactive blind cat.
Spike. Either solo or pack oriented, they like to fight. They don't give up and enjoy thrills, giving them the intimidation card. To be honest, they are quite patient, they like ambushes, and are probably the most predatory tanks on this list. They are well respected as rammers and give other tanks anxiety. Spreadshot. Take everything about Pentashot and make it toxic. They do sometimes show a caring nature towards other powerful tanks to use as mid, shield, or build status. Stalkers are flexible tanks. They like to sit a lot. Rather than going out to seek fortune, they wait for it to come to them. They are soft-spoken, but cynical at the same time, making them a bit scary. Streamliner. Literally cannot see well for being an accurate tank. Their aim is always off and they tend to underestimate difficult situations they waltz upon. Tank.
These tiny devils.
The cute little tanks that populate orphanages and nurseries in our sandbox. They tend to be clueless, act tough when they aren't, and are extremely weak. However, adult versions grow stronger.
Those dumb babies don't know when to lay off when I'm busy fighting someone. Let me just butt into a 1v1 and annoy this guy.
Bro, can you shut up? Like, we get it already.
Was I talking to you?
You're talking to everyone, dude. Shut the fuck up and let the guy do his work.
You wanna go?
Yeah, I wanna go.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah!
Please, no violence. We got a citation last week for killing 32 children on air.
Bitch.
Triplet is a normal tank that isn't as clumsy as its brothers. They're average tanks with an average life in society. Their personalities are bland, but there is nothing wrong with that. Triple twin. Tanks in a constant crisis. They seem like they're always freaking out, lost, and uncoordinated. They prefer to be with others than be alone, yet are always seen alone. Tree Trapper, our last tank on here. This tank's extroverted personality and giant heart makes them lovable. Though a lot of tanks use them without appreciating their patience, wholesome nature, and overall friendliness.
Thank God that section is done. Let's talk about some cool and interesting facts, shall we? In the hit show, A Day in the Life of a Tank, the tanks have specific colors. Ever wonder why? The colors are vibrant in our little sandbox. Warm colors are more aggressive and cool colors are more passive. The more blue on the scale, the more passive, and the more red on the scale, the more aggressive. The lighter the shade, the less likely they will kill you. It's super rare to meet a pure white or a pure black tank. It's almost like a green square. You guys in the real world get to live in a boring 4-color world. Dad.
The first clan ever created was called MG or Master of Games. The clan that is providing this video to you is called CG or CrossGang. Did you know Overlord used to have 12 drones? Thank God this was nerfed 3 days after its creations. Wait, there's 18 drones? What the f? Tanks can retain some of their score when they RIP. No one knows why, but we like it. Kills used to be how tanks showed their status, however, it is now XP, wealth. Tanks are called classes, and another word for drones is units. That backwards rebel also has a name, it's called secondary fire. Full tank creation order.
Tank, twin, triplet, troubleshot, hot tank, octotank, sniper, machine gun, flame guard, triangle, destroyer, overseer, overlord, twin flank, pentashot, assassin, necromancer, tribal twin, hunter, gunner, stalker, ranger, booster, fighter, hybrid, manager, mothership, predator, sprayer, trapper, gunner trapper, over trapper, mega trapper, tree trapper, smasher, landmine, auto gunner, auto 3, auto 5, spread shot, streamliner, auto trapper, battleship, annihilator, auto smasher, spike, factory, gamer, rocketeer, glider.
Hunter was nerfed to hell. This is what their bullets looked like. This is hilarious. Hey now, let's not fight about this. We're all here to help the young tanks out there learn how they came to be. So let us stay wholesome and not use violence,
Well, that concludes our special for today. We hope you've learned something that you'll never use in the real world or in-game.
Doll is gay.
Here's our sources we used for this video, so if something is wrong, blame the website and not us. All music is non-copyrighted and 100% eco-friendly.
Yay! Why is it defentient? Is that even a word?
Is that even a word?
No. It's how do you spell deficiency?
Hang on, let me spell it.
Hey Siri. How do you spell deficiency?
Deficiency. D-E-F-I-C-I-E-N-C-Y.
Have prejudiced. Prejudiced. There we go. That's okay. So now I'm gonna read that sentence. Sadly, a lot of things have prejudiced. Okay, my brain's breaking. I'm just gonna hear what I know. I should know. Prejudiced. Duh.
They are well respected as rammers and give other tanks very hard words. They are well respected as rammers and give other tanks ancestry.
Do I have to say smiles cutely?
That's complete bull because Necromancer actually. Can I just say bullshit or is that like, or will YouTube be mad?
Thank God that section is done. Let's talk about some cool and interesting facts.
No!
What the fuck?
You missed a line.
Where? I can't see. I'm fucking blind.
The cute little tanks that populate orphan. Oh.
Tank anatomy isn't too hard to wrap your head around.
Oh my god, let's go. Me when I see a drone class.
Shut up!
Man.
Wait, I'm supposed to shut up. Oops. I can't. I turned my volume down so I can't hear you guys well.
Why did you do that?
Okay, I'll shut up.
Oh my god.
This is an important line.
Thank you.
What? What was that?
What was that?
Hello?
Oh no, my mom's calling.
Hi.
Hi, where you at?
Is it quiet now?
Home.
Is mom home?
Yes.
Oh, let me speak to her real quick.
Like right now, I'm trying to record something. You can't call her? Is she not answering?
She's not answering.
Okay, I'll tell her to call you.
I think we can talk
Bye.
over.
Why is it so fucking
Yeah,
quiet
yeah,
in here,
because-
bro?